Andy Brown for Amateur Boxing World with soon-to-be Olympian Bolton Cindy Ngamba. How are you doing, Cindy? Thanks for your time.
I'm good, Andy. Thank you very much. What about you? You're all well? Happy Easter, by the way. Or
Yeah,
happy
I'm
Good
happy.
Friday.
Normally, when I do these interviews, Cindy, it's people like in America or different countries. You're 15 minutes away in Bolton and I'm in Leigh, so you're not far away. Now, big congratulations on getting that Olympic qualification. What did that hit home straight away, that achievement?
Indeed, it did. Indeed, it did. Even the day that, the day that we landed in Italy, in Milan for the hotel for the tournament, and a couple of days before the tournament started, even and then a couple of days before I had my first fight for the qualifier tournament, it was we had one job. I had one job that my job was to make sure that for each fight I gave my all and I was focused and mind on my job and got on with what I needed to do and stick to the plan each fight. So you know, and to get at the end to get overall to get the win and to get my hand raised as the winner of my last bout and have qualified. I'm over the moon, man. I'm over the moon, and people that's around me and people that know me know that I work hard for it. And in the Olympic, when it comes to Olympic, I keep on giving my all and
And
mind
were
my
you
job.
confident, Cindy, that you'd get that qualification when you went into the qualifiers?
Yeah, I was 100% 100% very confident in myself. I think every athlete is very confident in himself. When you know that you work hard for something, you know your skills, and you know what you're able of. Just like any other athlete that will go into every athlete boxer that will go into any tournament that will in the qualifier, they were very confident in themselves. So it's one of them one where you just have to, just have to do your best and give your all, and go out there and just work with what is in front of you and stick to the plan that you and your team came up, you and your team came with and that's all I had to do. Just let my body just do what it has to do and give my all.
Now, GB have supported you all the way, but you're coming under, because the Olympic dream nearly never happened, didn't it? And you're going under the refugee team because your British citizenship hasn't come through yet. Now, what interests me, Cindy, is those people that have helped and supported you at GB. And I know you mentioned Amanda Coulson a lot. What does that lady and the work that GB have done to support you mean to you?
Listen, before I even joined Team GB, I had my first ABA in 2019, and I had fought against um uh Kali Agogo, and then my first AB in 2019 as 81 kg, and I won it. And to that, I was able to join the England boxing, the England boxing team, and I have went to loads of training camp from the northeast that they were holding up for young kid that was that was still had a dream and had the skills. And Amanda Coulson was the head of the head of them camp, and I'm sure she's still the head of the England boxing federation. She played a big part, in my boxing beginning of my boxing career. She gave me, she saw skills in me. She would make sure that I joined. I was part of every camp that was held in different counting and even after during lockdown, a lot of people, amateurs were turning pros, and she saw something in me that she knew that I wasn't ready for the pro year. I still had a lot to give in the amateur, and all I needed to do was to be cleaned up a bit, just a little thing on how to box wide, clean, and keep everything perfectionist. And that's when she told me about there was a lad in Scotland that joined the refugee team, and he was able to represent the refugee team internationally. And that was through how she told me, okay, give me a couple of time. I'm going to do a bit of research into it and get a bit of detail into it. And that's just how that's how I rolled, and this is where I am right now. And I message her, and I let Amanda Coulson to every interview that I have. I let them know that she played a big part in to where I am right now, because without her I would have not been where I am with other people too. I think as an athlete there's always people that play part in your journey, and you have to kind of let people know about those people, because they were just they were just not a nobody. Amanda Coulson was not just a nobody. She's still a England head coach for female out there, and for her to be a female, for me to be a female, to have come far to where I am, hopefully in the future many more. Yeah. she played a very big part, and I hope she plays a big part into all the next generation female out there.
And she was a top boxer herself.
Yeah,
She was at a
she
very
was, and she
elite
was
level.
in GB boxing herself too, wasn't she? She was in GB boxing herself too.
But you've got to do the hard work now, and you're training at Sheffield. How intense, how could you describe that to an amateur boxer? How intense is that training at Sheffield?
When I first joined the GB boxing team, training with them over there at the beginning, I was like, oh my God, this is too hard for me. It's hard. It's painful. You wake up every day, you're aching, and each session you're giving your all, you're pushing through, you're learning a lot about yourself, and you're seeing things that you're admiring yourself in a way of like you see how far you can push yourself, ways in how you never knew you can push your body, push your mind, and push everything within yourself. And it took time for me to get used to it. I think Gemma Richardson, herself can kind of say that the same with me because I train with her. There are many other, Lewis, and you have Rosie Echo, you have Charlie Davison, and I train with many GB boxers down there. And training is hard. We train 3 times a day, 4 days a week, and we have a house down there, flat down there. You just have to basically eat, sleep, train, eat, sleep, train, eat, sleep, train for
I
four
remember
days a
listening
week.
to Chantel Cameron say about her GB days that it's very competitive between the boxers as well, because usually they have a couple of boxers in the same weight who are vying for one spot. So it must
Yeah,
be.
exactly. I think for me it'd be different because I'm not really with GB boxing, so I'm not really fighting for any spot. But what I can say is he is very competitive with people that are your way and people that are not even at your way through running, through who can inspiring or on the bag, on the pad, or through any exercise we're doing in SNC, strength and condition session. Everything is very competitive, and that's the beauty of it. You have people that have the same aims and same goals as you, and trying to aim for that same spot, just like you're trying to aim for that same spot. And through that, you're pushing and trying to see stronger, who's faster. And and you go to different country training camp, and you're pushing each other, and you're still competitive, and you go into competition and it's still competitive. But yeah, that's the beauty of it, I say.
Have you done any camps in America with Team USA?
No, I have not done any camp in America, but they will be heading to America, I think, in 2 weeks now, GB boxing team. But I will be heading to Finland for a tournament, the GB tournament. I was not able to accept it in America. So yeah.
Now, hopefully in time you get your citizenship. Would you love to represent GB?
Of course, I would love to represent GB. GB has been, they played a big part in my life, and if it wasn't for them, I would not be where I am right now. With many other people, many other people, in my town, Bolton, Halliwell ABC, and England Boxing, and my coach Dave Langon and Alex Matvey. Many people have played a big part in my life, but obviously, in after the my main focus at the moment is the Olympic coming up in July the 24th. So I'm not really thinking about my future, but I count myself as a British citizen, as an English person. So either way, I'm happy. I'm over the moon that I'm able to achieve my dream, which qualify for the Olympic, and now is to go to Olympic and and get my medal that I work hard for.
Even though you're not wearing the GB vest, it does feel like you're representing GB when you go. But the one place you do represent is your hometown of Bolton. What do you love about Bolton, Cindy?
When I first came in the UK when I was 11 years old, and I came in this town, Bolton, it was very, very, very quiet town, very quiet. Everyone's very friendly. People are just getting about with their day to day, and it's a town that is not very known in the not, in Manchester, or if you in place like a Sheffield, place like London, they don't know what Bolton is. So usually when I tell people I'm from Bolton, they're like, what? And I have to say, oh, I'm from Manchester, because everyone knows Manchester. Manchester, Bolton is a very welcome town. He has welcomed me very with open arm, and to it has all the facilities I've needed, and to help all the young people, even the next generation. It's a whole family. I have people that support me and people that support. There's an amazing talent here in Bolton, in Halliwell ABC, mainly in my gym that I train, my club that trainer. There's amazing talent out there, and I hope in the coming future there'll be many names that will leave a legacy in the Bolton town.
Now, I know you've talked about it a lot, but a little bit about your history. You came from Cameroon, didn't you? And then went to Paris for a couple of years and then ended up in Bolton, 11. How you went into that boxing club, Bolton Boys and Girls. How
Bolton Lads and
important
Girls
was
Club.
that to help you settle into the community? Because you didn't speak the language very well, did you, at the beginning?
Yeah, when I first came in the UK, I went to school in Smithfield School, and I didn't really speak. Yeah, I didn't really speak English that much, really. So I had to kind of go to like a special school where they teach you English. And obviously, my mom and in my house, my dad had told all my sibling that they're not allowed to speak to me in French. They were only allowed to speak to me in English so I can learn English quicker. And within 2 years, I was able to learn English very quickly. I was a very quiet child when I was young, when I was in school. So I was reserved, very quiet. I like my own company, And it was to that my brother wanted me to kind of like open my shell a bit and kind of explore explore all the things than just be at home, finish school, and just stay at home. So it was through that I started going into a youth club called Bolton and Girls Club, and I joined the football female team. And through that, I got a bit bored with the training, and then I wanted to challenge myself. And one day I had ended up entering a boxing gym, and it was full of boys training in there. You know, the evaporation in the air, and everyone was punching, it was sweating, smelly, and I kind of enjoyed it. My first reaction when I first entered the gym, I was kind of nervous, but it was something new that I've never come across before. I never knew about boxing ever since I came in the UK until I turned 15 years old. So it was challenging, and I joined the gym, and I was the first female to ever be in the Baltimore Girls Club boxing gym, and yeah, that's where it started from.
And that's the beauty of boxing clubs, isn't it, Cindy? That they're very inclusive. You can be different nationalities, rich or poor, anything, and everybody just bonds together, don't they? You find that in every club all over the world.
100%, 100%. Listen, when you walk into a boxing gym, the coaches or the people working in there, they don't look at you as like a female. Not saying it's a bad thing. They don't look at you as like a female, your skin color, your ethnicity. They just see you as as a human, someone new, someone young, someone that wants to challenge themselves, that wants to learn something new, and they're welcoming you in, and you will learn different things about yourself. It will improve your confidence. You will grow as a person, and it will give you something to to have to something challenging to challenge you in your day-to-day life, and you will meet new friends, you will form a family, and you have people to talk to, you have a place to go to through a tough time, or something to fall back on during moments where you don't feel yourself. And it's a I don't know what's the word I can say about boxing, but boxing helps helps people mentally and physically through everything.
Like I say, Cindy, your club, Halliwell Boxing Club, is only about 15 minutes away from where I am now. And the coach there, Alex Matvienko, he's spoken very highly of you. Now, here's a chance. What do you make of him as a boxing coach and Halliwell Boxing Club itself?
Alex Matthews is an amazing coach. Let me tell you that the way he explained things in boxing is just like it's like when you have a penny and you flip the penny, you don't know which one is going to land on. That's how I can explain Alex. He's the most amazing coach out there you can ever meet in your life. Makes everything so clear and simple, and he's the most funniest man ever. He loves boxing. He gets in his house and he put his TV on and he's always watching boxing. Anywhere in his car, he's always listening to boxing. He lives and breathes boxing. You know what I mean? So, Halliwell ABC have started with it's a club that started with just only about 10 amateur boxer, and now they have about 55 or 54 amateur boxer. And each one being from small children to teenager to adult to senior, they have everything down there, and it's helping the Bolton in general as a town, and kids out there that are in trouble or getting in trouble, or that don't are not meant to be out there in the street. It's an open gym that welcome anyone from any ethnicity, from any background, it's a whole family, and it's supporting Bolton in general, because people, we look at, we look at different people from Bolton town, different role models out there as a boxer that, that I've started in boxing and I've, improved to where they are right now. And they look at them people and then, you see them as like your role model and you see them, I want to do that. I want to be like them. I want to do what they did. And place like Halliwell, ABC, Elite Boxing, and all the gyms. There's all the club here in Bolton that are open and anyone can join and and create a journey for themselves.
And I think it's important for people to know that not all people compete in boxing clubs. In fact, a small percentage actually compete. Not everybody spars. So some people just go for the training, and that's fine as well, isn't it?
Exactly. Listen, in my club, Halliwell ABC, downstairs we have another gym, a gym called Elite Boxing. You have people that are lawyer, detective, police officer, constructor, and people that work with the government, that work as a pet, that works as a solicitor. And you're thinking, wait a minute, they're just in there hitting the bag, training with other partners, and next minute you know they're gonna go in the office, they're gonna go and arrest people, they're gonna go, and investigate crime. And it's amazing. It's amazing what boxing in general and elite boxing have given people a space to kind of go and relax and chill and kind of go and find new and explore new things about themselves. That's the beauty of having like boxing gyms like that all around in every town.
Definitely. And just to go back onto your career and the heights that you've achieved. Now, I saw that you had a victory against Lovelina Bogain, who's a great Indian boxer, and Amara Taylor. I watched that fight. That was a very high-class fight. Which bout stands out to you as being one of your favourites and biggest achievements? I know you've won many national titles and different titles, but which bout?
I would say the Amara Taylor one was my favorite one, because it was a very heated one. You
She's a
have the
good boxer, isn't she?
yeah. Amara Taylor is an amazing boxer. She was in GB boxing herself, and at that time when she was in GB boxing, I was in GB boxing too. So it was kind of like two GB boxers boxing each other, And she's an amazing boxer. We both have different style, and it was just kind of like one of those days, one of a championship where there had to be one winner. And the atmosphere, like, listen, the atmosphere of during that final bout in the ABA, at 70 kg it was one of a night to remember. We both left our mark on that day, and she bought her A game and I bought my A game, and it was just amazing at the end of the day. And we ended up shaking hands and complimenting each other at the end of the bout. That's the beauty of boxing. You end up beating each other up, and then at the end, you're friends. It's crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy, isn't it? Which amateur boxer does Cindy Ngamba like to watch? Is there one particular one?
One particular amateur boxer I like to watch at the moment is Charlie Davison. She's in GB boxing too. She's a
Yeah.
mother, believe it or not. She has 3 children. Superwoman, but I always love to watch her whenever she's boxing, sparring, shallow boxing, hitting the bag, and I just think she's just an amazing technical boxer, and people don't give her the hard work that she put in, and I don't think a lot of people know about her, but she's an amazing boxer to me.
She boxed brilliance in the last Olympics in the first round. She went out the second, but the first round was a punch-perfect performance. Now, I want to ask you, getting to your level or any level in boxing, it's a very dedicated sport and it's very tough to keep that dedication up. Now, there's 3 moments I want to highlight and for you to tell me which was the hardest one to say, yeah, I'm carrying on with this. The first one was when you mentioned when you went to that first boxing gym and they made you skip for that first day and you couldn't skip. So like you said, you didn't expect your coach to say, see you back the next day. That's one. 2 was the first time you ever sparred and you get punched in the face and you think, that's not very nice. It's not a good feeling. Or 3, which is for most boxers, when you lose that close decision in an important fight. And you see a lot of people, give up on the sport then, especially when they feel they've got the decision and it doesn't go their way. Which of those 3 apply to you Or do neither?
I would say the second one, when I got punched, the second one applied to me. I say, but then I think when it was when my coach finally allowed me to spar, and I got put with a tall lad, very big boy, and he was moving around with me, slim, very fast hand, moving his feet like Muhammad Ali, and he hit me with a big backhand, and I just went down, and I got back up, and I said, "Good shot," and my coach thought I was crazy at that moment, but yeah, that's the moment where I actually believed that I could take a punch, and I think I would do well in this sport.
You have to teach your body, don't you? Because that first time you spar, you can't even breathe, can you?
It's amazing that listen, it's one of them ones where it's one of them moments where I think you just automatically, it's just natural. Automatically, you can just understand it, you just feel it, it just feels right. It just feels right. Funny enough, it just feels right.
Now, one very good boxer who I used to know, I used to be at Astley VIP when they had an amateur club, and we had Kyle the Multi there. Is he still at Halliwell? Do you know Kyle?
No, he's not still. I think he's moved to what a Moss side, has he?
Oh, has he? Oh, I was just going to say Kyle's one of the most gifted amateurs I've ever. He'll love me saying that, but he's one of the most gifted amateurs. He used to be with Alex Matvienko. I didn't know if he
Oh,
was.
sorry, you mean the southpaw cow?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, he turned pro now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's still
yeah.
with Alex. Yeah, he's still with Alex. Actually, Kyle is one of my favorite boxers to watch. He's a very technical boxer. Southpaw.
He's so
He's
natural as
amazing to
well, isn't
watch.
he?
Yes, it is. He's still with Alex. Yeah, I thought you were talking about another lad. Sorry.
No, no. Talking about Kyle there being professional, is that in your future? I'm presuming it is, because you've sparred with all the top pros already, haven't you? Like Tasha Jonas and Savannah Marshall. You've been in there with them already. Is that in the future?
I've got loads of questions about turning pro. I've decided about will I think about turning pro after the Olympic, or is it my mind? Am I thinking about it? And the question is what will be, At the moment I'm focusing on the Olympic coming up in a couple of months. So that's my main goal. After I finish the Olympic, then we'll see what happens. I can never know what can happen tomorrow or a couple of days later or a week or month. So I'm just trying to just go about with my day to day and just enjoy my journey in anything really, not just in boxing, but just in life in general. So yeah, I've shared the ring with amazing female out there. Again, they played a big part in my amateur career, and I still are. We've done many rounds. Lauren Pride, Natasha Jonas, Savannah Marshall, Chantel Cameron, and even with Sandy Ryan, and Lauren Price and Rosie Echoes, and there's many boxers out there, and I'm, every day is a learning day for me. So yeah.
I'm just going to put a curveball in there. Say you did, what stadium? You know how you see Katie Taylor in Madison Square Garden? If you ever did fight for a world title somewhere, what stadium would you love to fight in?
I think the most famous one that everyone knows, the arena one. I would love to find.
Mhm. And final question, Cindy. I saw you being interviewed about 4 years ago, and you said you had a massive passion for the sport because the interviewer asked you, it was VIP boxing, and they said, you've not had many bouts at this time, but you're competing with all these top girls. And you said, I've got a passion and I watch everything on boxing. Now, I'm presuming that passion's still alive. What is it about this sport? Why do you love it so much?
I was just funny enough, I was just talking about this with one of the GB coaches down there in Sheffield, because I was down there during the week in training camp, and I was telling them about how much I love this sport, and how I know how much it's so challenging, and what I love about boxing, and what I will never stop love about never I will never stop loving about this sport is that every day is a learning day, and even when you think you're better or you're good, you always come across someone that is a bit more better than you, technical, and that is with respect. That is with respect, and having shared the ring with that person itself just shows that what I'm capable of and how much I still have a lot to learn. And I'm a person that love to learn. I love to learn. And when you teach me something, I would just think, wow, I would be blown. I would be blown and amazed. And boxing is a sport where there's so many things to learn about, whether it's footwork, head movement, put a stand, position, stand, um, different combination of punches and being surrounding, knowing your surrounding in the ring, knowing your position in the ring, different boxing and stand, southpaw, orthodox, different style, people that are fast hand, people that are very technical, people that are slick, people that are very forward boxer, backward boxer. There's so many things in boxing, and I just think you just never stop learning. You just never stop learning. Each fight that you go into, each round, the person that you come across with will always change. They will change their technique, change their plan, and you just have to adapt. So for me, I'm an open book, and each round I love to figure you out, love to figure out the boxer. And if anyone will come to me and talk to me about boxing, I would just, I'll be an open book and love about it. I watch old school boxing, like Marvin Hagler and Duran and Thomas Hayne and Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. I can just keep on, I keep on naming all them boxers because I just love boxing. I love boxing and I enjoy it, man. I'm enjoying it just as much as I love life in general.
Now that passion's taken you to the top of the sport. How excited are you to compete in Paris in a few months' time?
Listen, let me just say one more thing. I'm a human, and every human have emotion. I'm nervous, but it's good nervous. It's excitement, and I can't wait. Every training that I do, every training that I've done in the past was for this moment that is to come in a couple of months. And I'm just gonna keep on working hard and listen to my coaches and do what is needed of me in my training before the Olympic, and I'm gonna enjoy everything about it. Just being in Paris itself and being part of the Olympic 2024. It's an amazing thing. Not a lot of people can say they're going to the Olympic, and that itself to me is it means the world to me. It means the world to me, and people that are surrounded by me too. It means the world to them.
And you've got a lovely personality, Cindy. That comes across straight away. And other boxers are watching you out there because I mentioned different amateur boxers to boxers at our club, and usually they don't know the top boxers, but they knew you straight away. So your story is getting out there, and I wish you nothing but the best in Paris.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Andy, man. And listen, I'm just a normal human, just like all them kids in your club, just like any kid in the whole wide world that that was very amazed, that was very interested in boxing in general, and this is why I am, and hopefully in the future many more, and hopefully all the kids out there in every boxing club, they can work hard and achieve what they want to achieve in life. And thank you for having me on your interview. Thank you very much.